Hey, Robbo. I didn't get you up too early, did I?
No, mate, what's the time?
Oh, mate, it's not that early. It's only 7 a.m. Anyway, it's the missus's birthday, and I've scoped out this little thing I want to get, but I might need a couple of extra hands. Are you right? Are you okay? Can you help me out for a little road trip?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, well, put your pants on and I'll be around in about 5 minutes, all right? Thanks, Robbo. You're a hero, mate. Hero. Jeez, it's getting on a little bit. I better get a bit of a wriggle on here. I'll turn the radio on, see what's going on.
This is for New Low, my cushla. You're listening to 1Car FM Morning News. Just come to hand is that opposition leader, Hoy de Mutton, has been brought before the magistrates court for attempting to knock off 2 slaps Botlow. His lawyer, Malcolm Ribbentrop, argued that due to constant interest rate rises, he could no longer afford his nightly nightcap bottle of Chivas Regal. Mutton, having been caught red-handed on CCTV, pleaded no contest, just like he did last election. In other news, Prime Minister Elbow Sneezy's pet pooch Toto is getting married. The lucky little lady has said yes to local TV personality, Marley Quinlan, co-host of the show, Mel Ben Musos. The wedding will take place at Altona Doggy Beach, with the no-expense spa-med reception taking place next door at the Altona Workers Club and Kennels. Now for the weather. The Bureau of Meteorology has determined the official term Melbourne weather for today is shithouse. Turning now to the Robbo Duck enquiry in Canberra, we asked former head honcho, Squatty from marketing, for comment.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
Bloody hell, that's enough of that. God help me. Hello, love. How you going? I'll put you on speakerphone. Yeah, love, no worries. I'm just going to pick up Robbo. I need a spare pair of hands, so we've got to pick up some stuff for work, you know. Yeah. I'll be home about 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock tonight. It's going to be a bit of a long day. We've got a bit of driving to do, Robbo and I. Love you, doll.
I love you too.
See ya. You're good. Oh, there's Robbo. Hey, Robbo! Get in the car, mate.
Oh, mate. I thought I could quick get down the milk bar and get a couple of sausage rolls for the trip, mate.
Good thinking, mate. Good thinking. Off we go.
Yeah.
What's that you got there?
Yeah, it's a book I've been reading.
What's it called?
It's called On the Road, mate.
Is that by little Jackie Kerouac?
Yeah, mate. How do you know him?
Oh, I know Jackie Kerouac. Oh, yeah, I know him. Little Jackie Kerouac. He was a drummer in that little band we saw a few years ago at that door take gig. You know, they had 6 bands and everyone got a free beer. Yeah, I know. Yeah. What was the band's name again?
I think it was called the Beat Generation.
That's right, Robbo. It's called the Beat Generation. We've got a bit of a drive ahead of us here, so why not start reading a bit? Bloody hell, Robbo, this guy behind me, he must be a proctologist.
What is that?
Because he's right up me arse. Go on, where'd you get your bloody licence from, mate? Out of a bloody Wheaties packet. Hey!
Part 1. I first met Dean not long after my wife and I split up.
I had just gotten over a serious illness that I won't bother to talk about, except that it had something to do with the miserably weary split up and my feeling that everything was dead. With the coming of Dean Moriarty began the part of my life you could call my life on the road. Before that, I'd often dreamed of going west to see the country, always vaguely planning and never taking off. Dean is the perfect guy for the road because he actually was born on the road when his parents were passing through Salt Lake City in 1926 in a jalopy on their way to Los Angeles. First reports of him came to me through Chad King, who'd shown me a few letters from him written in a New Mexico reform school. I was tremendously interested in the letters because they were so naively and sweetly asked Chad to teach him all about Nietzsche and all the wonderful intellectual things that Chad knew. At one point, Carlo and I talked about the letters and wondered if we would ever meet the strange Dean Moriarty. This is all far back when Dean was not the way he is today, when he was a young jail kid shrouded in mystery. Then news came that Dean was out of reform school and was coming to New York for the first time. Also, there was talk that he'd just married a girl called Mary Lou. And there goes the bloody proctologist. See you, mate. Bloody Robbo, we should go and start up another one of those Billy Bob Shakespeare companies. Our first production will have that guy up the front, the proctologist.
What are we going to call it?
The Taming of the Hoon. Now, Robbo, I better bring you up to speed, mate. You see, it's the missus's birthday, and I've told her you and I are going out for, pick up some stuff for work. But what we're really doing, I've scoped out a little present for her, and I think I've got this little thing at a cheap price. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, and I hope it lives up to what it is. But, so we got to go there, but I need a just spare set of hands there to help me lug it in, okay? Yeah, so that's what it's about, all right? So we're not far away now. We've still got a ways to go. Anyway, read a little bit more of that little Jackie Kerouac from, that band, the Beat Generation. I was surprised, as always, by how easy the act of leaving was and how good it felt. The world was suddenly rich with possibility. A pain stabbed my heart, as it did every time I saw a girl I loved who was going the opposite direction in this too big world. I woke up as the sun was reddening, and that was the one distinct time in my life, the strangest moment of all, when I didn't know who I was. I was far away from home, haunted and tired with travel, in a cheap hotel room I'd never seen, hearing the hiss of steam outside and the creak of the old wood of the hotel, and footsteps upstairs, and all the sad sounds, and I looked at the cracked high ceiling and really didn't know who I was for about 15 strange seconds. I wasn't scared, I was just somebody else, some stranger, and my whole life was a haunted life of a ghost. Robbo, have a look at this guy up the front. He's driving like he's blindfolded while a crazed ferret is clawing at his knackers. Those sausage rolls weren't too bad, Robbo. We're not far now, just a little ways. Read another one.
Yeah,
My aunt once said that the world would never find peace until men fell at their women's feet and asked for forgiveness. Yeah, that's about right. As we crossed the Colorado-Utah border, I saw God in the sky in the form of huge gold sunburning clouds above the desert that seemed to point a finger at me and say, "Pass here and go on. You're on your road to heaven." Well, Robbo, we're on the road to where I be south. What difference does it make after all? Anonymity in the world of men is better than fame in heaven, for what's heaven? What's earth? All in the mind.
Robbo, it's just up here on the left, I think. What number is it? Yep, this is the one. Here we go.
Who is it?
Hello, mate. It's me. I'm here about the drum kit.
Oh, yeah, come on in.
Mate, that's a beautiful little pooch you got there. What is it?
It's a Shih Tzu.
No, mate, my name's not Sue. Anyway, show us the drum kit, will you? Oh, this is my mate, Robbo.
G'day. G'day, mate.
Bloody hell, mate. Have a look at that one. Is that one for sale too?
No, mate. That's priceless. That's the Pink Princess. Belonged to a good mate of mine.
Oh, I can see. Anyway, show us the one that you posted the photos about.
Okay, come this way.
Oh, mate, it's come up pretty well. Oh, looks great. The pictures don't do it justice. It's bloody lovely. Do you mind if I have a little paradiddling on it?
Go ahead, mate.
Oh, mate, it's beautiful. No quibbling about the price, mate. I'll just take it. I think the missus will bloody love it.
Is this for your missus, mate?
Yeah, it's her birthday.
Okay, best of luck. I'll give you and Robbo a hand getting it into the car, okay?
Thanks, mate. Hey, mate, who's that playing drums out the back there?
Oh, that's my mate, Shag Malone. He's working on a new song for his band.
What's the name of the bloody song, mate?
I think it's called Wooly Bully. I think it might be a hit for him, I don't know.
I don't know, mate. Woolly bully. Woolly woolly. Woola 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 woolly. I don't know, mate. I think the lyrics need a little bit of a... Hey, Robbo, that went really well. He was a really nice guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to make the trip home now. Okay. How about a bit more of that Jackie Kerouac?
From the age of 11 to 17, he was usually in reform school. His specialty was stealing cars, gunning for girls coming out of high school in the afternoon, driving them out to the mountains, making them and coming back to sleep in any available hotel bathtub in town. His father, once a respectable and hard-working tinsmith, had become a wine alcoholic, which is worse than a whiskey alcoholic, and was reduced to riding freights to Texas in the winter and back to Denver in the summer. Dean had brothers on his dead mother's side. She died when he was small, but they disliked him. Dean's only buddies were the pool hall boys. Dean, who had the tremendous energy of a new kind of American saint, and Carlo were the underground monsters of that season in Denver, together with the pool hall gang, and symbolizing this most beautifully. Carlo had a basement apartment on Grant Street, and we all met there many a night that went to dawn. Carlo, Dean, myself, Tom Snark, Ed Dunkel and Roy Johnson. More of these others later.
Mate, this Jackie Kerouac, he sure gets around. What's his bloody story?
Oh, mate, I'll look it up. I'll read it out to you.
Okay. Jean-Louise Lebris de Kerouac, known as Little Jackie Kerouac, was an American novelist and poet who, alongside William S. Burroughs and Allen Ginsberg, was a pioneer of the Beat generation. Of French-Canadian ancestry, Kerouac was raised in a French-speaking home in Lowell, Massachusetts. He learned English at age 6 and spoke with a marked accent into his late teens. During World War II, he served in the United States Merchant Marine. He completed his first novel at the time, which was published more than 40 years after his death. His first published book was The Town and the City, 1950, and he achieved widespread fame and notoriety with his second, On the Road, in 1957. It made him a beat icon, and he went on to publish 12 more novels and numerous poetry volumes. Kerouac is recognised for his style of spontaneous prose. Thematically, his work covers topics such as his Catholic spirituality, jazz, travel, promiscuity, life in New York City, Buddhism, drugs, and poverty. He became an underground celebrity and, with other beats, a progenitor of the hippie movement, although he remained antagonistic towards some of its politically radical elements. He has a lasting legacy, greatly influencing many of the cultural icons of the 1960s, including Bob Dylan, the Beatles, Jerry Garcia, and the Doors. In 1969, at the age of 47, Kerouac died from an abdominal hemorrhage caused by a lifetime of heavy drinking. Since then, his literary prestige has grown and several previously unseen works have been published. Hey, Robbo.
Yeah.
Sounds like I use a bit of a piss artist, mate. Yeah, mate. He had a bit of influence, though, didn't he? Oh, didn't mind a drop of the old good stuff, though, did he? Oh, we got to get this bloody drum kit back home to the missus for her birthday party. It's a bit of a surprise.
Best of luck, mate. I think you're gonna bloody need it.
I don't know. I reckon she's going to love it. Got to get it set up before she gets home from work, okay?
Yeah.
The only people that interest me are the mad ones. The ones who are mad to live, mad to talk, mad to be saved, desirous of everything at the same time. The ones that never yawn or say a commonplace thing, but burn, 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 like fabulous yellow Roman candles, exploding like spiders across the stars. And in the middle, you see the blue center light pop, and everybody goes, "Oh!" My whole wretched life swam before my weary eyes, and I realized no matter what you do, it's bound to be a waste of time in the end, so you might as well go mad. I suddenly began to realize that everybody in America is a natural-born thief. This is the story of America. Everyone's doing what they think they're supposed to do. Hell, man, I know very well you didn't come to me only to want to become a writer. And after all, what do I really know about it except that you've got to stick to it with the energy of a Benny addict? I believed in a good home, in sane and sound living, in good food, good times, work, faith and hope. I have always believed in these things. It was with some amazement that I realized I was one of the few people in the world who really believed in these things, without going around making a dull middle-class philosophy out of it. I was suddenly left with nothing in my hands but a handful of crazy stars.
Hey, Robbo, we got another proctologist behind us.
And for just a moment I had reached the point of ecstasy that I always wanted to reach, and which was the complete step across chronological time in timeless shadows, and wonderment in the bleakness of the mortal realm, and the sensation of death kicking at my heels to move on, with a phantom dogging its own heels, and myself hurrying to a plank where all the angels dove off and flew into infinity. But you can go on thinking and imagining forever, further, and stop at no decisions to pick up a bag for the thinkings. Turn your thinking into your work, your thoughts, a book in sieges.
Robbo,
every bloody time it goes from 2 lanes to 1 lane, there's always some bloody proctologist trying to pass on the left. You know what I call them? If you pass properly, you're an overtaker. These guys are heading for the bloody undertaker.
I took a stroll through Roxbury. Enlightenment was obtained in a meaningless poetic sense. Homeless men's faces shout such agony. They evoke images of tortured souls in a science fiction movie. Concrete all perfectly disorganized, like a tile floor at a government building smashed repeatedly by a disgruntled employee. Cars rush by like ants in their endless toil. Sky leaks darkness upon artificial attempts to beat nature. Trash lines the street like floors litter my character. Trash trucks come and collect these floors. Take them out of view so it doesn't look dirty. But although this takes it out of public concern, the trash has to be taken somewhere. You can't just will the trash out of existence. It has to be allowed to fester and decompose. That's why the trucks take the trash off some forgotten highway to let it do its time removed from first impressions. So God bless those trash trucks, because without them there would still be the same amount of trash, but people would be constantly reminded of what a trashy place this is.
Don't worry, man, I've got all bloody day here. It's a 60 zone. You're allowed to do 30. You can do any speed you want. I got a bloody dog in the back here. He's just had his leg off at bloody doggy park. I'm trying to get him to the vets, mate. Yeah, but take your time, mate. Take your time. Hey, Robbo. That little Jackie Kerouac, he turned out to be a sweet hunk of little heaven, didn't he? You reckon he could write a bit of comedy? Bloody hell! God, he's a bit of a pissant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, he's pretty good, but bloody hell, he could lighten up a little bit. Oh, this bloody Beat Generation stuff. I can't wait to hear the bloody album. Slash your wrist, boy. Alright, Robbo, one more, then I can really feel enlightened.
What is that feeling when you're driving away from people and they recede on the plain to see their specks dispersing? It's the two huge world vaulting us and it's goodbye, but we lean forward to the next crazy venture beneath the skies. Nothing behind me, everything ahead of me, as is ever so on the road.
Now I've got to set up quick because time's a bit tight and the missus is going to come home and I want to surprise her. Is that okay?
Yeah, mate. Okay, mate.
Alright, we've got to set up this drum kit. Hey Robbo, do you want to get a couple of beers out of the fridge, mate?
I thought you'd never ask, mate. Bloody hell, I'm thirsty.
Oh, am I, mate? No, mate, the hi-hat goes on the left-hand side, mate.
Yeah, mate, alright. Yeah, I know where it goes, alright. Yep. No, okay. Yep. Right.
Yeah, that's the way. Yep, whack that there. Floor tom's on the right, mate. Yep, stick that there. Hurry up, mate, she's coming. I think the car's coming up the driveway. Go on, get it there. Come on, come on, come on. Here. Oh! Oi! Here. Up. Surprise! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear sweetie! Happy birthday to you! Sweetie! I bought you a drum kit! I know I've already got 3, but this one's yours!
Mate, I think you're in the bloody doghouse again.
Bloody hell, you can't do anything bloody right these days.